So hello and welcome to Mixologist. Today in this video what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to go absolutely step by step all the processes that you need to assemble the Holley double pumper carburetor. Now before I do that, I do need to kind of bring you up to speed on some things about the project, because it's quite a long time since the previous video to this one. And the reason that is so is because I had to do a lot of things to get this project kind of up and running again. And so I'll show you a bit of close-up, some things that are quite important for this project. So let me get the camera 1 second. There we go. And so first of all, I'm going to show you the what I did with the primary metering block. I don't know if you remember from a previous video, if you don't watch the previous video, that there was a huge lot of epoxy here, and what I had to do is I had to drill it out, because what I wanted to do is, you can't see it there, but there is a rubber O-ring in there which acts like a gasket. I've realized that the actual idle mixture screw was okay, so I just had to put new screws in, and that's okay. Jets, I've put the jets of the that came with the new metering body, sorry, the new main body, so they are ready to go. Put 65 power valve, which is about right. So I had to do all of that. And also I had to do quite a little bit of work on this. So I don't know if you can see it here, but you've got all of this area. I had to refill it because it wasn't the throttle plates weren't sitting properly. Now that's a bit of a problem. Now, one thing that I have to say about this, when it's okay to do this type of thing and when it's not okay. So the only thing that I've done here is I've created a smooth surface. Yeah, that's all this is doing. The problem is that when people try to epoxy things, for example, if you have a crack from here to here and you try to epoxy it, it'll never work. Whilst this is not doing any function, any passage in terms of the fuel going around it. Another thing I had to work quite a lot to bring them back is the throttle plates. I don't know if you probably can't see that, but they're quite oily still, and it's because I use a chemical blacking treatment, and the final step is something called dewatering oil. And the key to dewatering oil is that you shouldn't dry it. You need to let these things dry naturally, because the more they dry naturally, the better the process is for passivating the metal. Okay, so we've got a brand new throttle shaft. So how do we build this? Generally, double pumpers don't use any kind of PTFE bushings on them. So the idea, yeah, this is about right. You need to align this with this, and now we need to do the throttle plate. So you need to get 172 and 172, and the numbers need to point this way. So this is the first 172. And screws. Who would have thought There we go. What I do generally is first I just mount them, because you have a slight spring action here. What you need to do is mount them, unscrew them just a little bit. There you go, and now back on. So the next 172 looking downwards like that, and it goes down a treat. One, two, and back it out a bit like that, and back on. Now what you need to do is you need to look through them like so to see if they're okay. Yes, and the throttle action is nice and smooth, so that is exactly what you want. Now secondary, the Holley double pumper has the particularity you need to be very careful on how do you put the secondary, because the secondary shaft requires this little spring here. So you can be, it is not an uncommon mistake for people to forget to put this secondary spring here. So, and the process here is the same as the other. You get the 173s, and the 173s pointing this way, and let's screw these things in. Again, at the beginning, the first one, you need to do it slightly looser than you would. And then once it's done there, you hold it, and then you screw it back on. Let's have a look. Yeah, this unit looks good. Again, 173 down. Okay, so yeah, 2 screws. So back them up a touch. Make sure it closes, and back in. Now here is where I need to put the, I'm going to put the spring light at the beginning. Look at this, really smooth throttle action, which is what you want. And now the thing that I need to do is I need to put the linkage on, and I'm going to put this brand new linkage. So not only I'm getting a new throttle plates, I'm getting a brand new linkage with the split pin here, and so there you go. So this is a functioning double pumper. Now what you need to do now is you need to make sure that the secondary opens up fully. So one thing you could do is on this unit, sometimes you need to bend this tab a little bit. So let me take it out and show you. I should have waited to put the split pin before, but anyway. So I'm just gonna go back in. So as you can see here, what I've done is I've bent this ever so slightly, and now what you can see is that both throttle sides open fully, and that's what you want. So let's put this little baby back on. Split pin. There we go. It's a different one, but it doesn't really matter. Okay, doke, so that's going nowhere. Now, one of the things that I need to do now is I need to secure the throttle plates in place. And what I do is I use the good old Loctite 270. Now, one thing I need to clarify is I don't get any sponsorship from the maker of this product. I bought it with my own money. So now what I'm going to do is, what I do generally is I get, because this package, as you can see, is a bit battered, I need to do some adaptations. So what I do is I open it up, and basically I take one screw at a time, because you want the unit to keep its shape in a sense. And now just dab a little bit of thread lock in the end, not a lot, and screw it back on. There you go. So I'm going to do this process for all 8 of them, and this this base plate is going to be ready to bolt onto the body. Okay, so let's carry on with the process. Now what I need to do is I need to mount the throttle plate, the throttle body, sorry, to the throttle plate. Yeah, indeed. There we go. And just need to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so now it's more or less in place. Let's do final adjustment. Brilliant, that's done. So now what I need to do is I need to slightly increase the tension in the secondary spring, and this is because with the 50cc pump, what you do need more tension so that you can get kind of proper return action. So I'll show you. So now it's got more tension there, which you need. Okay, now so what I'm going to do in here, now I'm going to start doing the fuel bolts. And what I'm going to do, generally I put the accelerator pumps on before I do that, but on this occasion I'm not going to do it because I need to set them up properly, so I'll show you that. So first of all, in fuel bolts, I'll show you what's my technique for testing them to see if they are working okay. Now, one of the things that I do is I use this vacuum pump like so, and I've showed this in a couple of videos before. Let me put this slightly on the side. There we go. And what you do is just put a vacuum pump in here, turn it on the other side so that that's the level it should go, and it doesn't leak. So that's what we want. So therefore now I know this unit doesn't leak. That's important. So let's take this off, because this is my test rig that I've got it permanently set up as a test rig, so I don't wanna mess about with it. Excellent, let's keep this to one side. Okay, so back in it goes. So now what I'm going to do is, first of all, so I'm gonna put brand new bolts here. So basically primary metering block with 1, 2, 3. And 4. And basically this little unit goes here. See, all the gaskets are in, so they're new. I'm not going to do the bolts as tight as they need to go, because I can do that. I can do another pass later. So that's the primary side. Let's do here like so. The secondary side, which is basically the same thing. Now this time in the secondary side, as you can see, this is shiny. This is a brand new fuel bolt. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Obviously with brand new gaskets. This is a brand new body. So here we go. There you go. So there you go. So excellent. So now we've got the basic assembly. Now what we need to do is we need to do the accelerator pumps. For that, what I'm going to do is I'm gonna flip the carb on its head. So for this I've got some bits like this, and there we go. So now what I can do is I can work with the carb this way, because what you need in the accelerator pumps, what I'm going to do here is I am going to do I'm not going to do. I'm going to do dual 50cc accelerator pumps. So these are not your standard ones, but they are bigger capacity accelerator pumps. So I've got one of the units here, and obviously they require kind of a different spring, a different housing. And different bolts as well. I'm missing one bolt which is inside there, so out you come. Excellent. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it like this, and then I'm going to make the adjustments necessary. So I'm not gonna tighten it all the way. I'm just gonna present it in a sense. Okay, so now what I need to do, let me turn this the other way around. You see, it requires some adjustment because you need, basically, what I'm trying to achieve is as soon as this yeah, you see, needs some adjustment, so I need this to come down a bit so that it's ready to go as soon as you hit the throttle. So obviously I went ahead and I finished the accelerator pump on this side, having a bit of coffee. It's always good to have coffee. And then I put the fuel inlets on each bowl, and I'm presenting this chrome fuel line here. And obviously this product will be sold with a brand new unopened gasket, so that I'm confident that this unit is going to be kind of ready to just bolt on the car, just put the gasket on, and away you go. You're going to be golden. So actually that brings us to the end of this project. Remember that this project initially was a bit of a basket case, and now it's it's a full-on performance carb, 800 CFM, dual 50cc pumps, a lot of new bits, so fuel bowl, primary shaft, fuel accelerator pump, obviously all the main body is all brand new. So it is a substantially new carb, to be honest. So this brings us to the end, and just need to photograph it and put it on sale now. So see you on the next episode.